Khatir on the other side of row 2. And as we get down the grid, well, that looks like Ken Urata and Masahiko Ida. They had a great performance yesterday, and they just pipped Brendan Paul to the top of SB1. And this is exactly what I was going to do. As we get down the grid, we can start talking about some of these other classes. That was a pretty big fight from Ken and Masahiko. Great changeover at the pit stop. And then Brendan Paul, who was fighting and is on a very good run at the moment, I just couldn't do anything about it in the end. So RWORKS with a pretty on events, competitions, and even the MCS right there on the official website of the circuit. Right, off on the sighting lap we go. Look at the grid. Mark Darwin and Jonathan Z. Great row 1, great row 2 with Kian Bun and Abdul Khatir. Row 3, Darren Ong and Ken Urata that kicks off the SB1 class. Brendan Paul, Ahmad Tamisi in row 4, Leon Koo, Baron Sim in row 5, Ronson Ong and Tawhid Anwar in row 6. That's all SB1. Round 4 of the Malaysia Championship Series, and the lights are green, and as expected, Mark just edges over towards the wall. This time Kian Bun goes the other way, finds a little spot between Abdul Khatir and Jonathan Z. Khatir doesn't make it. Mark Darwin is also hit, and it's complete chaos off race 2 start. That's Mark Darwin and Kian Bun that have stopped up a lot of cars that are trying to get by. That by far is the biggest shunt that we've seen at the start of an MCS race. Khatir still halfway down, but that's Kian Bun and Mark Darwin just dicing a little bit too close together. Wide open. Yellow flags shown. Doesn't look like there's going to be a restart. All the cars, the rest of the cars need to get away. If they can clear the debris from that turn 1 and turn 2, then we're going to have a different look at the front of that car. All the rest of the cars. Wow, that City Fast car, that's for sure. Unlucky stuff. Now let's have a look at the replay. They all start off very well. Jonathan Z pulls over Mark. Matt battles the inside then. You see Kian Bun pushes Khatir, who gets trapped on Darren Ong's front bumper. He spins out, but then looking back here, it's Kian Bun that pushes Johnny Z into, and then takes Mark Darwin straight off the track. Well, that is, maybe it was a steering lockup after hitting Khatir, but it was definitely at the fault of SD Wangan that not only Jonathan Z managed to get away, Brendan Paul caught just in the end of the tail of that shunt, but really it was a AMG A45 with success ballast, don't forget, the default top 4. And the lights are green. About a 10-minute delay in the end for everything that's happened, and as I said, we're just thankful that the drivers at least managed to make their way through. Darren Ong, no surprise that he powers past the SB1 car of Tawhid Anwar off the restart. Everyone taking a very wide line into turn 1 because that inside line is just a little bit too dangerous to be approaching. Oh, there's a couple. In fact, Yoda Chid seemed to mind about that inside line. Looks like it's been brushed up. So, unconventional start, unconventional positions. And what's this going to mean for the championship? Penultimate round. Final round, September 27th, next month. 300-kilometer endurance race. For now, we've got 40 minutes, as you can see, left in this race. Now, looking, as you should do, at the bigger picture, well, Mark is going to be very happy, at least, that he did pick up 15 points this weekend. He did say in the car earlier, it's about picking up the most amount of points you could in the weekend. He's had double DNFs before, so he's got his health, the car's being fixed, and he's at least got 15 points towards the cause. Could have been 30, could have been a second, could have been a third, but at least he lives to fight another day. Take Kian Bun. He would have loved to get 15 points here after finishing third yesterday. Johnny Z, well, still in the fight. Very fast driver as well. Love to see where he turns up. Meanwhile, at the front, Darren Ong, that's Ken Urata that's now going on the inside to take the overall lead. Come on, boys. That's a little bit of touching there, which is probably not needed after what we've seen. I think we've seen enough contact for today. 23 motors. Baron Sim powers himself past Darren Ong into second spot. And that's Tawid Anwar that's now going to be pushed down to fourth, as I should expect that green AMG to come through in straight line speed behind them. A huge battle evolving again in MTC. I saw both the Proton R3s up front. I can see Tedco Racing, 76, back probably about 6 now. More ominous news from that shunt at turn 1. Decision will be after the race, according to race control. We've just seen that pit window open in 4 minutes. And just about a couple of seconds between them. Fastest man on the track right now is actually Roy Tang, current fastest man on the track, putting in some very fast sector times as well. Baron Sim in the black, yellow and green, 23 motors. Honda chasing down Ken Urata for the lead. Ken Urata just defending every which way he can. Coming into 15, let's hope these two don't have any contacts. Cuts the line off him. I just have a funny feeling, well, that's somebody else that has fallen foul. Ronson Ong, Tedco Racing, was running in 10th. Now, gravel. Well, that's he's just all over the back of Ken. He's going to try that inside line. It works out very well from him. Ken Urata with a chance for the switchback. I don't think he's going to get it. He's going to go around the outside. So Baron Sim, our new race leader, and leading in SP1 as well. There's actually only 3 touring production cars left. On the field list, suspects for the incident turn 1. This might have been the secondary crash afterwards. So Baron Sim up front, Ken Urata on his tail, Roy Tang, that's 4 position, 1, 2 and 3. All 3 of them very happy, I'm sure. They're actually fighting for overall position, overall podium. Baron Sim, no stranger to the MCS podium. He's raced for a number of teams over the last few years. Very fast driver, and his partner Tony Teo also very fast. So now some of the cars should be coming out of the pits. So Baron Sim is going to know exactly what he needs to do to win this race, because he's raced in the MCS for a good few years. Meanwhile, Ken Urata is just trying everything he can to get back in front of this car. Great partnership, Ken Urata and Masahiko Ida. RWORKS in full flow yesterday when they claimed that SP1 win in race 1. I think he wants to make it a double. Brendan Paul's car, complete with a lot of green tape. Looks a little bit different now, but was involved in that initial start, is being investigated by race control for that start. So maybe they've seen that there was much that Mark Darwin could do. There wasn't much that possibly Taekyun Boon could do. But there was probably something that Brendan Paul could do. And not Wendy Soon as well. Bright sunlight now. Clouds have cleared. Still, the top three have not come in for their pit. Their compulsory pit stop. 9 minutes left to the pit window closing. So it will happen soon. In fact, definitely happen in the next 3 laps. Now, Roy Tang has come very close, much closer to the top 2 while they've been dicing it out. Is he going to try something? William Chong, Rios Racing, SP2. That's currently being led by Mohammed Hafez for real this time. I say for real because it was in fact Kifli Othman and Sharizal that topped the actual race yesterday. Well, Baron Sim just trying to get past Roy Tang, who has indeed pulled a number on both of them. He was the fastest car on the track, don't forget. Roy Tang now leading. Independent leading MCS round. Gotta watch my words today, because that could mean something completely different. Roy Tang, after putting in the fastest lap of his best of 2:35.995, finds himself at the front. Funnily enough, Baron Sim just behind him has actually put in a 2:31. Sorry, Roy Tang's put in a 2:30. That is fast. That is the fastest we've seen so far. So deserved to be at the front for Roy. Baron Sim, fresh from conquering Kenurata, has now got himself another proposition. What a race we've had this afternoon. What a weekend it's been. Another great weekend in Malaysian Championship Series history. Don't forget that final round, September 27th and 29th, combined race 1 and 2, 300-kilometer out. And looks like Masahiko is now getting into the car. Great stuff from Kenurata. He's got a stop and go penalty, so not really what he's looking for. I haven't seen why he's got the stop and go penalty, but number 17 is Jonathan Zeed. I'm on 15 laps at the moment. This would be a famous win for Roy Tang if you get it. Still lapping at 2:32. It's fast enough. Lai Wei Sing from R Engineering, very used to being in the top 3, is in second for touring production overall as well. Kenurata and Baron Sim still battling it out for. There is Kenurata now, well, Masahiko Ida, I should say, from the RWORKS car. Current leader in SP1, third overall. Baron Sim in second, effectively leading Ong Chi-yong and Adam Khalid in MTC. SP2, Ali Rahimi Rashid back up top, ahead of Mohammed Hafez by 0.9 of a second. That's still a big battle with 9 minutes left to go. It's roughly 3 laps. Great performance all in from that number 55 RWORKS car. Weekend in SP1 and in fact overall. Kenurata and Masahiko Ida putting in a very good performance. They finished in third, very close for MTC as they come across the line. Let's look at the full results. A crazy day of racing here. Round 4, race 2. Roy Tang with his first win in MCS. Lai Wei Sing in second. Kenurata topping SP1 and a third overall. Baron Sim second in SP1, fourth overall. Tawhid Anwar, Brendan Paul, Leon Koo, and Ahmad Tamisi also in SP1, taking us up to 8th. Well, this was the second race start, and this is where it all happened. You can just see Tekan Bun pushing Abdul Qadir off there, a little bit of it, and then just careens into not just Jonathan Z, but also Mark Darwin as well. Brendan Paul was called in for investigation because of his own spin out. Good that the rest of the cars managed to get through. This was Jonathan Z's situation at the front of the full course yellow. He had to come in and get that changed, and that meant that this was the leading pack. Kenurata leading from Baron Sim. Roy Tang in the end would actually sneak up on both of them as they were battling it out, take the lead there, put in some very fast laps, and keep it all the way to the end. Meanwhile in MTC, it was Very close again for Tedco Racing, but then this happened at turn 15. Found their way past one. Mitchell Chia all of a sudden hits and keeps hitting, and they are spun out in the last lap. In the end, it was Roy Tang with a famous victory, and one that I'm sure he's going to remember for a while. Heading into round 5, it's good to have a win under your belt. Lai Wei Sing would come in second, Ken Urata in third. That's the highest finish we've seen all season really for SP1, or this weekend, definitely. Great racing from all 4 classes, unconventional results and unconventional positions, but wherever there is tragedy, there is joy. We haven't had tragedy, thankfully.